Welcome to this weekly video series where we are going to talk about the no BS 7-figure systems. My name is Katie, and if you've watched some of my videos, I work with businesses scaling to multiple 7 and 8 figures, and I help them with systems and operations. And while a lot of the solutions that I implement for them, I take them for granted and I assume everyone knows, what I realized recently is that a lot of you guys don't have this information or this knowledge to go and scale your business and implement some solutions to scale to multiple 7 and 8 figures. So I want to show you on a weekly basis what solutions you can implement and how to solve problems as a business owner. So then you're not business owned, but you have a business that is running without you and you can focus on the business and not on the day-to-day operations. So every week I'm going to have a topic, and this week is going to be scaling client success because not a lot of people are talking about that. And if you have any requests from me or anything you would like me to cover or any problems and you want solutions, then put a comment right below this video and maybe I'll cover it on one of the next videos I'm going to share on a weekly basis. So this week is week 16 and the topic is scaling client success. We're going to talk about doubling your capacity without doubling your team, setting boundaries with your coaching clients. A lot of B2C offers, especially if you're a fitness coach or like you're just coaching clients, they may abuse the fact that they can take pauses or they can take some time off, and then you end up working with them way longer than you intended to. And then why EODs don't work for the client success team and also for the operations team. Now let's get started with this. Double your capacity without doubling your team. What I noticed with one of my clients is they came to me and they said, hey Katie, we don't have enough team members to onboard our clients. We're scaling. We're onboarding 3 to 4 coaching clients every single day. And we've noticed that our clients have to wait 3 to 5 days to just have an onboarding call, right? So my client's solution was, we need to hire more people. And she asked me if I know anyone that she could hire for this role. And I told her, well, before we hire people, let's just see what our current system looks like to onboard clients. So the way I went about solving this is, first of all, looking at the team members' calendars. Their calendars looked like this: super busy, packed with calls, back-to-back 1-hour calls with clients taking roadmap calls. And because their onboarding calls didn't have any structure, they were taking way longer, which reduced the company's capacity to onboard clients. And that is also going to lead to lower margins because now they have to constantly keep on hiring team members, and then they need to hire managers, and the manager needs to have a manager. So the company would be bleeding. And the current client onboarding was really bad because the team members were repeating the same information on every call. Now, reflect on this on your business. Is this something you're doing with your business? You're repeating the same info for every single client. You're doing technical tasks like creating channels, getting logins. You're doing all of this on the call, fixing technical issues on the call. This is what my client was also doing. Like, oh, do you have access to Discord? Let me add you on the Discord. Let me add you on this community, or let me give you the logins right now. Did you sign the contract? All of this they were doing on the call, and it was really, really bad. And I'm going to explain to you why it is bad. And the call was taking 1 hour. If you're having a B2C offer and it is a very standard process, you don't have a lot of custom things you're doing for your client, then it shouldn't take 1 hour. At most, it should take 15 to 20 minutes to onboard a client. It's more like welcoming them and showing them that there is someone waiting for them. Just like you arrive at the airport, there's someone waiting for you. That's a better experience than going alone and you have to figure things out yourself, right? And there was no preparation before the call, meaning the coaches and the client success team were not reviewing any information or didn't have any information for this client, so then this call was taking way longer. Now, the solution for me would be, okay guys, let's just hire one more team member, right? Let's just hire one team member who is going to start taking calls. And a lot of people are doing that. I know people who are making a bunch of money doing this, but then their margins are 10 to 15%. So if you want to have margins 10 to 15%, you can go on with what you have. Go and hire more people. But if you want to have healthy margins, 40, 50, 60, 70%, then you need to keep on watching this video. So the solutions we have here: hire a new team member, optimize the current team, and then change your service product, right? Like instead of doing onboarding calls and you just automate everything, you don't have one-on-one support. And I would advise against that, because if you want to bring in high-ticket clients, you need to have some sort of one-on-one communication with these clients. And the framework I follow here is better, more, and new. So to fix this right now, do the following. Review the current onboarding process. Try to automate everything. If you don't have automations for your client onboarding, I don't know what you're doing. This is super inefficient. You can find on the description below the one-click onboarding. Literally takes 30 minutes to set up. So take advantage of this. It's something I use for all of my clients. The next one is review the onboarding calls. They probably suck. Your team probably doesn't have any structure. So here is the framework you need to give your team. 5 minutes to build rapport with the clients and then discuss any topics they met on the onboarding form. 1 minute to set expectations on the call structure, walk them through the coaching log, assign tasks to the clients, fix any technical issues, and then your outro, right? This is 20 minutes. It's enough. If you don't think it's enough, then you're doing something wrong. And one thing that I implemented also for my client is automating absolutely everything from onboarding to agreements, to channels, to emails, to client materials. Everything is fully automated. And then also having some welcome videos that the client can watch before jumping on this call, right? So you need to set this up in order for you to improve your capacity. You cannot double your business and also double your time. It's better if you can double your business and at the same time doubling your capacity if you simply follow a structured way of onboarding clients. So this is how we solve the problem. Right now, my client not only has more time to onboard clients, currently they have 2 team members taking the onboarding calls, and before they used to spend 5 to 6 hours onboarding clients. Right now they take just 2 hours. Can you imagine the capacity? Now they have 3 times more the capacity to onboard clients. So not only they saved on costs because they didn't onboard a new team member, but their current team members are more efficient because they have more capacity, because now the calls have a structure, right? So implement this for your business if you want to increase your capacity, okay? Now, the next one is setting boundaries with your coaching clients, right? My client had another problem with their own customers being a bit sneaky with time off and pauses. If you're a coach or an agency, you may encounter this problem where your clients are asking for some time off, they're taking some vacations, they're like, oh, can we pause for like 2 weeks and we can restart? And then you're paying your team to manage their accounts. So how exactly is that going to work? And the team also didn't know which requests to approve and reject. So they would go to the business owner and ask, hey, the client has a situation, what should I do? Should I give them some time off or not? What should I do? So the team didn't know how to set boundaries themselves, which led to the business owner being involved on the day-to-day again, trying to put out fires and solve problems. And then my client ended up working for free. Instead of working 3 months with their own customers, they work for 4, 5, 6, sometimes even longer, right? This is going to reduce their capacity. So the reason why not setting boundaries with your clients is making your company bleed is the following. You have no structure. Clients are taking advantage of this lack of structure. Your team doesn't know what to approve and reject. They make the wrong decisions and time is wasted per individual clients. You work longer for your clients because there is no extra charge for them, and your team's capacity is reduced and your margins are lowered. Boom. Once again, you're losing money with the back end because there is no structure. How do you solve this? You need to create a time off protocol. I'm going to share it with you on this video. You need to add a clause to your agreement about time off and pauses. You need to be very straightforward with your clients. What is an accepted reason and what is a reason that does not make any sense and you're not going to accept and you're going to completely reject. You need to set the tone from the beginning and not when the client is like 3 to 4 months in. You need to ask on the strategy call, meaning the sales call, if they have any scheduled vacations or any time they will need to be out of office or they will not be working. And you need to create a system to accept or reject time off. And you need to automatically approve and reject your client's requests. So over here, you can see a system that we set up for our client. It's a form, and we created a tiered time off protocol. As you can see here, the client has to submit this form if they want to request some time off as they're working with us, and they can select tier 1, 2, and 3, and they have to add their documentation and prove why they're requesting this time off, and they're also adding some notes, and there are a few more questions right here. So just by implementing this, we are putting things into perspective for our clients. They know that they cannot just simply take some time off for random reasons. They need to have solid reasons for us to approve their requests. And as you can see here, we also set up an automation for them. Very basic and simple. For every request, we send an email if it is approved or rejected, and you can set up other automations to approve or reject requests based on certain criteria. That's up to you. If you want to set up something like this, you would have to speak with me and my team and we can set it up for you. And you need to have a protocol. So when it comes to time off, not every request is equal. Some of them are critical, whereas others are not as important. And you can pause here the video and you can check how exactly we go about it. This is the exact protocol that we implemented for our clients. We also added this clause on their agreement, and as well as the continuation of the scheduled payments. This is also something you need to add, and you also need to add a limit on how many requests they can submit through the program or the offer that you have. This is what solved a lot of problems for our clients, because now their own clients, they have certain expectations and they know when they can or they cannot request time off. This solved a lot of problems for our clients as well as a lot of time, because now my client is not involved in the day-to-day like, oh, should we let John Smith take time off or not? These are not serious problems, right? Just set the right structure, put the right systems, and this problem is going to solve itself. You don't need to hire people. You don't need to be involved or miss your vacations with your family because John Smith is requesting time off, or you have to be constantly on your phone to answer such basic questions for your clients. All right. So as you can see here, 2 things we've solved so far for this client. We double their capacity without doubling your team. We start setting boundaries for their coaching clients. And we also have a system that is allowing for the request to be automatically approved or rejected. And our client is not lifting one finger to take care of any of this. And it's all because of having the right systems and the right structure. All right. So if you guys want to implement any of this and you don't know where to start, you can start by watching these videos and implementing on your own. But if you need someone to help you scale your business because you want to focus on the marketing and sales, then you can schedule a call with a link right in the description, and I can help you with my team. We make sure that within a couple of weeks, everything is set up for you and you don't need to worry about systems and operations ever again. Now, to get on to the last part and the most important thing I believe you will learn from this video is why EODs don't work for client success teams. End-of-day reports are implemented for sales and marketing teams to track data. And we have these end-of-day reports which are tracking quantitative data, as in like numbers, right? No-shows, calls, books, call taken, etc., etc. But again, this is a band-aid solution of a bad system, because you shouldn't be relying on team members to give you numbers. You should have a system that is reporting back what is happening, because the human error is very present when you have team members submitting end-of-day reports. So with end-of-day reports, I don't like those for client success, because productivity is not about how many calls you took and how many messages you sent. It's more than just that. It's also projects and tasks that you completed. So if you're in a place where you cannot measure productivity, you're implementing end-of-day reports like you do for your sales team, your product is never being improved. You are the only person who can improve the product. You have urgent tasks, last-minute tasks for your agency or your coaching business. You see that your team is very reactive and you have no accountability on completing tasks. And this solution is for you. And your team not being productive is losing you money every single month. Why? Because you have to be involved in the day-to-day operations. And if you are involved in day-to-day operations, you're not doing the needle-moving activities that are going to allow your business to grow, meaning marketing and sales. Now, you still have to pay your team, and potentially you need to hire more people because you're thinking, oh, well, we don't have capacity, right? We need to hire more people. And with time, your margins are going to shrink and you're going to lose not only money, but also time. So the solution to this is the following. You're going to create a channel on Slack or Discord, whatever you're using. You're going to call it productivity, and you're going to set up reminders daily for 9 a.m. your local time. And you're going to ask your team to pause their focus for the day by 12 p.m., right? You want to give them some time to set their focus on what they're going to work on. And what is the focus for today? It's simply a message with the task that they're going to complete. You can pause the video and you can check some tasks over here. You see every task starts with a verb, or it should start with a verb. So then you know what is the expected outcome. Create this, do that, collect this, finish that. And so on a daily basis, you want to review the focus for the day, or you can have your manager or your assistant review that the team is working on the right tasks and they have the right priorities on a daily basis. So at the end of the day, before your team clocks out, what they need to do is update this message with emojis. As you can see here, this team member has done this. She put this red, which means she's blocked. She put the check, which means the task is completed. And then she put this other sign here, meaning that it's still in progress. And the purpose of the focus for today is to help your team set the right focus, not be overwhelmed, because you may also have team members who try to do everything in one day and then they get super overwhelmed. It's also important for you to know what is a priority and what is being worked on and what isn't being worked on. You can easily tell your team, hey, stop working on this. Don't put this as your focus for today. Put this other thing as your focus for today. You're making your manager's life easier. And also, when it comes to operations and client success, people can be very sneaky because they can get lazy, right? And the way they can get lazy is they just report what they did, but they never report what they said to do. With end-of-day reports, that is a problem. And that's why end-of-day reports don't work for client success and operations, because I can just say, oh yeah, I did these 5 tasks, but maybe I should have done 7 tasks or 8 tasks. And you may think, well, it's not a big deal. As long as I did 5 tasks, that's good enough. But in reality, that is a problem, because then the work is going to pile up up and they're going to start missing deadlines. You want to have a tool to measure productivity by knowing what the team was set to do or needed to do and what actually got done. So that's it when it comes to client success and end of day reports. And if I were to add an end of day report, I would ask for qualitative data for my team. So let me show you an example of a client success end of day report, right? Did you clear the one-on-one chats? Did you complete the non-negotiables? Describe your day. How was it? Rate how busy you were today. What occupied most of your time? Tell me more on what you worked on. How would you rate your performance? And then giving feedback to the management. This is a good tool for the management team so they understand better who is having a stressful day, who is motivated, who is frustrated, etc., etc. But when it comes to tracking their productivity, you don't do that with end of day reports where you tell them how many calls did you take, how many no-shows did you have. No, you're doing it with a focus for today, which you can simply set up just the way I explained to you right here. So guys, that is the video. This is how you scale client success. With just these 3 solutions, you're going to have better capacity, you're going to stop losing money and bleeding on your operations, and you're going to have a more productive team. So what are you going to implement today? Let me know in the comments which solution did you like the most and which one did you find the most valuable. Based on your feedback, I'm going to also improve my content and make sure that I'm giving you information that you find useful and helpful for you to scale your business to multiple 7 and 8 figures. And if you're a business that is making 50 to 100K per month and you're looking to get to the next level, you can schedule a call with a link in the description, and I'm going to be there to see how I can help you to do that faster and with the right strategy. And lastly, for anyone looking to improve their onboarding systems, you can check below the one-click onboarding and you can join our school community. You get access to all the templates and you can implement this in just 30 minutes to have a better onboarding experience for your clients and double your capacity. Let me know what you guys thought of this video and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.